wish we had another day. Looking back, I understand all the things that didn't go the way I planned. All these thoughts keep me awake. It's this feeling that I can't shake. But we kept running and running, though we were out of breath. Wish I could have known that we're broken by the weight that's on my chest. I need to know how we got here so I can stand my ground. I just want to make it right this time around. From time to time, I still think about the good and the bad, just to remind me it was real. It takes a lot to learn from tragedy and where we went wrong, but I am sure that we can heal. Looking back, I understand every word and every moment replays. All these thoughts keep me awake. It's this feeling that I can't shake. But we kept running and running, though we were out of breath. Wish I could have known that we're broken by the weight that's on my chest. I need to know how we got here so I can stand my ground. I just want to make it right this time around. Looking back, I understand every moment, all the things that didn't go the way I planned. Inside my head, all these thoughts keep me awake. It's the feeling that I can't shake.
Hello, you. Come one, come all, and welcome in. It is Friday night, and that means Friday Night Magic is upon us. And it's a brand new year, and on top of that, it's a brand new arena season. So I have been thinking about New Year's resolutions. I've been thinking about what I want to achieve with Magic the Gathering. My goals are not very lofty because I just don't have that much of a stake in the game, but I do think it is well within my kind of reasonable goals to hit double Mythic in both constructed and limited. So throughout January, we are going to be running what I'm going to call Operation Double Mythic. I started this season in double gold after the reset because I was in double plat back in December. So I've already played a little bit of standard offline and for YouTube. So I'm already back in platinum for constructed. So we are going to continue to play constructed, push through platinum, try and hit diamond. And then, well, we'll see how it goes through the month, but I want to try to hit double mythic. That is my goal. And I think that is super, super achievable. I really just need to play fairly well and play enough, right? And I think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to have a little bit more time in January and going forward to play, to stream, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it, and I think it is very achievable. Make sure you follow the stream to make sure that you're along for the ride, because it's going to be a good one, and it's going to be an interesting journey for sure. Because I've never made it to Mythic in Arena. I just have never played enough for it to really be worth it. I've sort of made runs at Mythic, but it's always been a bit half-assed, and I've never actually put in the work that you need to put in to climb up through the ranks and hit Mythic. Now, last time we checked in, with the Izzet Hellraiser, I was racking up like a 40% win rate with the deck. I'm pleased to announce that with more practice and with some coaching from Nithin, in the last 10 days, my win rate is more like 60%. And that is only going to improve. Now, of course, the caliber of our opponents is going to improve as well, but how many of them are actively being coached in Magic? Hopefully we improve and we outscale our opponents, and we can increase that win rate as we climb up the ranks. So that is the plan for January, and the plan for today is this. It's more Izzet Hellraiser, you probably guessed. Now, I have made one change to the deck list, and that was taking a Tishana's Tidebinder out of the sideboard and putting in another Jace. We've talked about this a fair bit on the Discord, the Discord for the deck. Let me know if you want that. I'll see if I can hook you up with a link. But Jace is incredibly potent against the control decks, and even against like other mill decks, you can do pretty powerful stuff with Jace. So I think 3 copies feels better. Tishana's Tidebinder feels a little bit strange to me. I follow other people's wisdom on when to bring it in, but I don't know in particular when this is really good. It can turn off a Kaito, but I would rather have a Lithomantic Barrage to just turn off the Kaito, or a Fires of Victory, or a Hasty Dragon to answer a Kaito. It can turn off some of the triggers in Domain, but I feel like against that matchup, countering one of their triggers isn't so good. Some people have been having a lot of success with just bouncing all of their stuff with Season of Weaving. That's a pretty consistent game plan that really sets them back, and then we can go over the top. So I don't know where Tishana's Tidebinder really shines. Don't know if I'm willing to cut all of them from the deck yet, but there is another change I am considering. I'm considering cutting a Braid, because I really hate Kaito. And Lithomantic Barrage is a spell that I may want another copy of to bring in against Dimir control. A Braid is flexible, it's instant speed removal. It can destroy the cards that they bring in against us, like Ghost Vacuum. That's okay. But Brotherhood's End can do the same thing. It can answer a Urabrask's Forge. But again, Brotherhood's End can do the same thing. And just bouncing the Forge with Season of Weaving is pretty good. So I'm thinking about cutting the Abrade and putting in another Lithomantic Barrage. I'm not gonna I'm not going to do that just yet. I tend to make my deck changes offline, but that is something I'm seriously considering. Because I think I struggle a lot with the Dimir matchup. I guess a Braid is slightly better in the like mono red and Gruul aggro matchups. Better than Lithomantic, at least. Food for thought, and it's something I definitely would try. I'm still not sold on the Elder Dragon War. I have, I guess, used it to some success, and it has, but it hasn't felt like insanely good. We'll see, we'll see. But we're going to play the list as is. You know, we're going to play the list as is with that one minor change of having the Jace plan B for games 2 and 3. That's something that we're leaning towards a little bit more. So I'm going to pause the music. We're going to jump into Arena. And we're going to just jump into some games, play some Izzet Hellraiser. I do really need to focus with this deck. It is still hard. It is still hard, but I'm getting better. This is not a hand we should keep. This is keepable, and we'll put a Hellraiser back. Dark Highway, so this could be Pixie. Looks like it is Pixie. Game sound might be a little loud for you guys. Let me turn it down a little. That should be better. I am just gonna torch this thing. Hex Mage is nice, but I'm gonna, yeah, I'll axe this now, and then the Hex Mage comes in as a 1/1, which the opponent is very sad about. And there's a Nurturing Pixie, bounce the Hex Mage. Oh, you bounce the token. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we could Bitter Reunion here and try and hit our land. And take 5, or I could just Roaring Furnace and hit the Pixie. Do want to find a board wipe, and I do want to hit my land. But I think I'm going to Roaring Furnace here. Yeah. I'll hit the Pixie because they're more likely to want to play and bounce it. It's a bigger part of their engine. There's another Scavenger. So I do want to find this board wipe. Would love to find a board wipe. Discard a Bitter Reunion here. And this is a bit too much Hellraiser, unfortunately. Opponent missed a land. They did. So am I going to... I'm going to keep the Bitter Reunion around. Unsummon is nice, but I think I've got to bin it here, and probably 2 of these Hellraisers can go. I think 1 is enough to win this game. Now we get all the Seasons of Weaving. Unfortunate. Down to 9. Okay. Okay. We are going to moment of truth. Try and hit a land. I'm going to take the Sheevan Reef here, so that I can hold up 3 steps ahead. Tunnel Grinder in the graveyard, you in the library. Entity Tracker. I think that is a good target for a counterspell. Obviously, we're nearly dead, but the card advantage that this represents is massive. And untapped lands means we can just keep bouncing their stuff. Eight cards down there. So we can dragon. That is not very good. But I have to do it. So I have to Demolition Field. This deck, they're blue, white, black, blue, black. What do I want to put them off of? I don't know if they have any double pips. But if I can make it so that they don't have black and blue, I can't do that. So let's just hit the Dark Sections. So this deck does not often play basics. And they're already struggling on land. So we might be able to string this together. Torch. Okay. Bounce spell keeps us alive, and then we can Hellraiser next turn, and we can do so with the Tekutlan mana, which is probably good. Although we could also just bounce everything. I mean, I'm on 1. So a single discard spell, the discard spell they play, that's it, it's over. I'm going to bounce everything, draw 2 cards. And we're just going to have to hope that they don't find it. Yeah, let's pop that in the graveyard. There's a Hopeless Nightmare. Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. That is all they needed to draw. They beat us with 2 lands. They beat us with 2 lands. That's so disappointing. Okay, against this Pixie deck. So we want Brotherhood's End, we want Pyroclasm. That's kind of it. The board wipes are really good against them. The single target removal doesn't even feel that important. Unsure if they're playing Kaito. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're playing Kaito. But I think they could bring in counter spells. I don't think that's super problematic, to be honest. I think I'm probably cutting a 3 steps, 1 season, and Flame Shaper, and running it like this. Awkward land again, but this is a keep. Okay, they're mulliganing possibly for a ley line, possibly for their Ghost Vacuum. But that's fine, because we just won't play our graveyard plan. That is not a problem. Or they're just getting unlucky again. But they beat us with 2 lands last time. So I do need to avoid taking damage against this deck. Go get a mountain. Okay. Cavern of Souls. Name. Dragon. We're going to Bitter Reunion. Probably have to drop off this Moment of Truth. It's a good land, and an ill-timed explosion is nice. Now we could take the opportunity to Tunnel Grinder. They have anything at instant speed. What would it be? Nothing, right? So I guess we can be mana efficient and just Brotherhood's End here. Okay, so we'll go Island, Ill-Timed Explosion, discard Season, discard a Bitter Reunion. Board wiped again. There's a Hex Mage. And another Hex Mage. Okay, and we can actually just wipe all of this away and reunion. Oh, actually, we can Tunnel Grinder as well. So we will Sheevan Reef, Pyroclasm, wipe this all away, Tunnel Grinder, ditch these two cards, start getting to our big stuff. Start getting to our big stuff one day. They have nothing to get back. Unsummon. That can go in the bin. We can do better than that. We should be winning this. Fabled Passage. Okay, I'm just gonna Thunder and Balls. We can just cast that. But there is an advantage to putting it in the bin right now. We get a counter on Brass's Tunnel Grinder, and then we can get the third counter next turn. Okay, I'm going to sack the Bitter Reunion just to get the counter on the Tunnel Grinder, keep the Chandra on top. Alright, we kept something on top. It is Pixie. So, we are going to crack the passage to get the final counter on Tunnel Grinder. We're going to Brotherhood's End. And now we can cast Chandra with the Tekutlan mana, which should put us way, way, way far ahead. Okay, rest in peace. Not going to cut it here. Because Chandra. I'll take my draw too.
No more watching. It's time to do something.
I'll keep that in hand for next turn. Let's just add red and pass. Yeah, let's just take up Chandra and pass. Yeah, so now we can add the mana.
Have a gift.
Tap this blue. We'll keep a backup Chandra for later. I'll just cast Ill-Timed Explosion. Just for the draw.
Here's a spark of hope.
Gotta get to our combo eventually. Still, they are absolutely drowned. Just kick this. They've turned off their own Storm Chaser's talent with the Rest in Peace. So I don't really think they have... I don't think they can win. We could just draw nothing the whole time. Let's take our Surveil. I guess we'll keep Season of Weaving. That is fine.
Now or never.
But we do need to kill them eventually. Hellraiser is probably the way we do it. Yeah, Hellraiser in hand. Unsummon, go in the bin. Season of Weaving back in the deck. And I will take... I'll take a Bitter Reunion in hand. Hellraiser in the graveyard. Another Hellraiser back in the library. We have 6, 8, 10 mana.
We can do this together.
So we can Bitter Reunion. Drop a land. Actually, can I put it in my hand? And next time we have lethal, because we can down tick Chandra. Nowhere to run. Actually, it doesn't save them because we have the second Chandra in hand.
You're toast. I will burn Phyrexia to ash.
Okay,
You're toast.
so that is how we beat this deck. We just run them out of cards by killing all of their stuff. Cautious of Entity Tracker. Unsummon doesn't seem very good in this matchup. Is the early interaction better than just permanently removing their stuff? Would I prefer these two removal spells over the two unsummons? Nah. Unsummon has its utility. It can protect our dragons as well. And it is a very cheap spell that we can use to keep the aggro off us. So yeah, I think it's fine. Maybe it's right to take out the unsummons and bring in the hard removal spells. Keepable hand. Bitter Reunion. Let's put it in the bin. I guess we have enough turn 2 plays. Brotherhood's End is looking real nice. Do I want Cavern of Souls against this deck? Maybe. I have known this deck to play counters. I could spend this fires. I'm just wondering if they have a negate. Maybe preventing the 2 damage is worth it. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to just do this. Because I think they're holding up a counter spell, so preventing the damage is important. Let's see if they let me have this. Yeah, I do need to try and wipe the board. I'm positive they have a counter spell. So ideally I can double spell. On the turn they have it. Not happening this time. So if I just get counter spelled, they have to draw a non-creature spell to have lethal. We try it. I'm kind of annoyed that that worked, because we could have done it last turn. Might need to try and keep their land in check so they can't just set up this town ain't big enough loops. They're tapped out right now. Hellraiser only costs 2. Okay, I'm going to go after their... There are plenty of black, plenty of white. I guess I go after their blue. Do I hit a removal spell? There's a fair chance I do. Okay, it's a miss. Season of Weaving, Ill-Timed Explosion, and Torch. Torch might be the... I'm going to take the Ill-Timed Explosion in hand, Season in the graveyard. I reckon Cavern of Souls is done. Yeah, that can go. If they... Oh, they just have lethal here. So I needed the torch in hand. I needed to put the torch in hand and I could have killed the otter. Okay, that was a punt. I should have seen it. Tekutlan was going to flip, which would have given me the 1 mana I needed to kill the otter. So we had a way to survive there. Throw it away. So I've got to be mindful of Tekutlan flipping, but all I needed to do was take the torch to the tower there, and we would have survived that turn. That's all it would have taken. Not sure if we would have won from there anyway, but that is all that we needed to do. Okay, come on. I guess we keep Bitter Reunion hand. Opponent aggressively mulliganing. So we're up against a mirror, but they are down on cards. Okay. I'm going to ignore the Fairy Mastermind. Sure.
Watch closely. The housewarming party has arrived.
Okay, they leveled up the Kaito. So I'm going to draw 2 and discard 2 here. Spire Bluff Canal can go. Tunnel Grinder helps. Need to find an answer to this Kaito. I think all of these cards are going to go. I think Hasty Dragon is kind of all we can do. Hold up the torch to the tower in case they play Enduring Curiosity. Ideally, this turn is Enduring Curiosity, like they attack, their Curiosity. Okay, that's not how it's going down.
My eyes are as sharp as my sword.
Fires can answer the Kaito. So that is something at least. And now, I reckon they do have Enduring Curiosity in hand. So let's take care of the Kaito first.
fine. I'll make a new plan.
I need this demolition field online for the Restless Reef. There's the Curiosity. So we will demo field the Restless Reef now. And then we'll bargain this, sack the Bitter Reunion. Don't want another one. I need my big spells now. Okay. That's one Kaito, one Curiosity down. Am I supposed to cast Ill-Timed Explosion here? Because now if they flash in their Fairy Mastermind, I can kill it. Might be worth just discarding 2 lands. To get the counter on the Tunnel Grinder. Well, we're going to hit that. So there goes the Tunnel Grinder, but that's fine. Another Torch the Tower. Well, with Bitter Reunion in hand, that's probably worth keeping. Answers many of our problems. So, they have one unknown card in hand. We can play the Chandra. Don't think it's super good here. I think we save it for next turn. Or we discard it. $19 cards down there. Yeah, I'll drop the Chandra. Let's wait. Let's find a dragon. Yeah, so by not bargaining the Torch the Tower here, we reserve a Torch the Tower for a future turn. No Reefs to be afraid of. They do have a Mirex. Should be able to beat a Mirex. Gonna hold this Torch the Tower for a more problematic threat. I'm just gonna Steaming Sauna. Yeah, I've got to go after that. Because now it's a top deck war, but we are drawing way more cards. And they didn't make a Mirex token. Tunnel Grinder. What can they do against Flame Shaper? Yeah, let's see what they can do. They had Spell Stutter. Alright. just need to survive, answer these creatures. That is not the way we're going to do it. Okay, let's start here. Unsummon, not very useful, is it? Vaguely useful, I guess. Cavern of Souls in play is nice. But we can... Yeah, we have Demo Field and Unsummon. Actually, hold on, let me make sure I tap this. Hit the Demo Field. If we can resolve a big spell, we might be able to stabilize. Double unsummon? Might get us there. Unsummon! They're gonna spell stutter the unsummon. I mean, do I just pay for that? You're gonna do it again? No. Strange. Okay. Let's start here. Gonna drop the Fabled Passage because we know there's no more basics in the deck. Let's continue down this train of thought. Unsummon keeps us alive right now. So let's keep it. Finally a Hellraiser, and we can, if we can keep the unsummon, we can double Hellraiser next turn. So I'm gonna take the 1. Feels very risky, but I think it's probably worth it. Worth it to Hellraiser. We can probably discard a Bitter Reunion and a Spire Bluff. Possibly we have to unsummon the Reef. Very possibly that's what we have to do. Yeah, we have fires and unsummon. I think I'm supposed to not attack. Just in case. Another Hellraiser is good. Strange place to scoop. Strange place to scoop. I can't believe that was only game 1. Alright, against Dimir. So... Against Dimir, I really want to answer the Kaito. I really want to answer the Enduring Curiosity. Let me check my notes. So in my notes, we're bringing in Pyroclasm to Brotherhood's End, Lithomantic Barrage, Tidebinder, and Scorching Dragonfire. Not bringing in the Abrade feels weird. We can cut one season. We can cut one. I mean, Flameshaper seems good. Maybe Chandra Hope's Beacon isn't as good, but you can hit it with the Takutlan. Unsummon's pretty bad against them, actually. It was all right there, but ultimately it's pretty bad against them. I think the Tunnel Grinder and a Bitter Reunion are just a little bit bad. Like, they're just really difficult to play when you're facing down turn 2 Fairy Mastermind, turn 3 Kaito. So I'm just going to shave those. I don't know if that's right. Okay. So this is where Moment of Truth is a lot better than Bitter Reunion, because it does not allow them to draw a card with Fairy Mastermind. I mean, if they just have turn 3 Kaito here, we're going to have a hard time. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. We do have the Tishana's Tidebinder in hand.
Did I scare you?
So we can line that up next turn. But it has Hexproof. But we don't target the permanent, we target the ability.
I've got you beat 6 different ways.
Gix's Command. So, Torch the Tower I do want. Cavern names Dragon. So I need to Tidebinder the Kaito this turn, Bitter Reunion, Torch the Tower for an Enduring Curiosity next turn. They might have Spell Stutter or something here. If they do, I don't know what we were supposed to do. They did not have the Spell Stutter. They could Enduring Curiosity this turn. So I do want to... Okay, let's Bitter Reunion. Because if they play the Fairy Mastermind, they're at least not playing an Enduring Curiosity. Okay, that is fine. That is deal withable. We are not being ambushed by a Curiosity. We can drop the island. Five cards in the bin. They are not missing a beat, to be honest. They just top decked that blot out because they would have used it on their turn, like the last turn if they had it.
Sharp as my sword.
So yeah, not missing a beat. We, on the other hand, are not accomplishing anything. We can get 6, 7. We can get 8 cards into the graveyard, but then we're probably just losing.
Aha. Now I know.
This is the power of the Dimir deck. There is so little you can do if they have this kind of stuff. I'm gonna do this, fill the graveyard somewhat and gear towards a big Hellraiser turn. I would be absolutely shocked if they couldn't do anything about it, but probably our only out. Seven cards down there. If they can't counter Chandra, then Chandra is not so bad. But if they can't counter Chandra, what are they even doing? Yeah. Nothing in the graveyard was going to save us there. Okay, alright. Game 3. We are now on the play. Bitter Reunion is playable when you're on the play against this deck. Kind of want to cut another Tunnel Grinder. That is my instinct. Elder Dragon War feels so clunky. It comes down too late in this matchup to really make any difference. I think I'm going to cut it. Like, you play it on turn 4. It doesn't kill a Curiosity. It doesn't kill a Kaito. Wiping the board on turn 4 is too late against this deck. Alright, 2 lands, good removal, fairly duress proof. Start filling the graveyard. Let's get our Bitter Reunion cast. I'm going to drop the ill-timed explosion. So if they just map here, then we have a chance to Tunnel Grinder. And they did. See what they take. Might even be correct for me to bin this Hellraiser now, because we need to have the correct answers in the early game. Don't think it's right to bin the second one though. That is such a bad draw. Okay. Well, let's passage. Seven cards down there. They have Fairy Mastermind. They didn't have Kaito last turn. They might have Enduring Curiosity. Yeah, there it is. We actually threw away all of our answers to it. And then drew a bunch of land. Which is pretty miserable. 3 steps ahead, 1 turn late. So, what we've got to do is go for one of these lands, hold up 3 steps ahead, and flip the Tunnel Grinder. And hope that the card advantage we get from that is enough. I'm gonna sack the Bitter Reunion if there's nothing to counter. Is that worth countering? There's nothing down there that's really problematic. I think it is. I think it is worth countering. Let's fight over the Ghost Vacuum. Yeah, okay, so there's the counter out of their hand. So we have a chance to do some good stuff with the Hellraiser. And there is the Reef. Would have been nice to see that earlier. Hit the season. Bouncing everything, any good at all? It would actually mean that Ghost Vacuum is gone. Bouncing everything seems nice, actually. Because now they have to make their decision with Ghost Vacuum before season resolves. So now we might hit the season. And this happens before our dragon hits the field. Hey, Fatal Gaming, how you doing? Just spent $640 on a commander deck for an upgrade. What commander deck are you playing? Yeah, okay, so they exile the Ill-Timed Explosion. They draw a card, everything gets bounced, Hellraiser hits. We hit season. That's a miss. Now, we can pay 3 and create another Hellraiser. That's not really useful, though. We have 4 mana. We can Bitter Reunion and Haste. Seems good to me. Let's discard the tapped land. Okay, they have a lot to deal with now. Yeah, a lot to deal with indeed. So we could copy the dragons. They could kill the one that we copy. Well, they'd have to kill 2 of them. And we would still have 2 mana left over for a removal spell. So let's play Sheevan Reef. Leave up a red. Yeah, let's see if they can find what they need to prevent this from happening. We'll target 2 different dragons. They don't seem to have it. Yeah, so we just actually choose Bitter Reunion there. Give everything haste. Okay, victory secured over Dimir. That feels real good, because that is, I find, a really tough matchup, and I think we played it very well. I think that game 2, like, that was just busted. They are on the play, turn 2 Fairy Mastermind, turn 3 Kaito. They had the removal spell for Atishana's Tidebinder. So they just had the nuts, and we, like, it's really hard to beat that. Oh, Fatal Gaming, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Tell me about your commander deck, my guy. I'd love to hear it. I don't have any active commander decks right now, but I do have a seriously sick commander cube, which it's like a draft cube. So I get a few friends together, and we draft our commander decks out of this cube. We play those decks, and it is so much fun. Only downside of it is it takes like 4 or 5 hours to draft and create a commander deck and then play games with it. Okay, that felt really good. I think, yeah, I'm really happy to be picking up wins against Dimir. It's still hard, but we are starting to get there. Let's jump into another one. The gravy train ain't stopping. Okay, we are on the play. Let's kick some butt. This is key. Start filling the yard up. I think it's almost always correct to just bin stuff with your surveils with this deck. Grand Portal and a Llanowar Elves. Am I going to just shoot that? I'm supposed to just shoot that. Interesting. That might have been a lethal Fires of Victory. Opponent has had it. Okay, well, that was a game. Let's just re-roll our hand and why not go through the motions. If this is mono green, I think we just beeline for the combo. But yes, let's let the opponent time out here. While they are doing so, I have put together, because I'm trying to improve my game with this deck, right? So I put together like a matchup tips guide, because I find I forget the key moments against specific matchups. So I'm trying to really drill that into my head. Like, against Dimir, I need to answer the Enduring Curiosity. I need to answer the Kaito. And if I don't have answers to the Kaito, then I need to beeline for a Hasty Dragon to answer the Kaito. And effectively, it's about slowing the game down. In general, if I can resolve a big spell against Dimir, then I am just gonna win. Alright, this is strange. We could... Demo field? Let's start with the Tibet. Might end up just playing the Chandra at this rate. But, I mean, isn't the opponent supposed to have lost by now? They're playing green-black. Hard for us to lose that matchup. We have a really, really strong game against green-black. Yeah, so I'm trying to sort of map out what the key things to bear in mind are against specific matchups on the ladder. I can give you some examples, like against Zer Overlords, for example. I haven't tested this myself. I have a little bit, but against Zer Overlords, you don't necessarily want to discard your Season of Weaving early, which you usually tend to do, because just casting it on turn 6, they give you time to do that, and just casting it on turn 6, bouncing all their Overlords, slows them down so much. Because they can recast stuff, but even if they're recast and have Zer and activate Zer, the Overlords that just came in don't have haste. So then you can, you can cast another Season, you can cast a Dragon and try and hit the Season, and just keep bouncing all their stuff, and they really struggle to keep redeploying everything. Even though they draw a bunch of cards, there's just, their deck is expensive, so the bounce is actually pretty effective. Stuff like that, those kind of notes. Like, things you do differently, changes you make to your game plan in response to specific matchups. Like, what else have I got? Against Golgari mid-range, very few notes, because we do kind of just spank them. So, this is keepable. We'll go get our blue. See if the opponents... Oh, they're on Dimir. Okay. So, we'll get Bitter Reunion cast. Probably going to bin another Reunion. Because... kind of wish I hadn't now. But I need to prevent a turn 3 Kaito, because I don't have an answer to it right now. If they have a Fairy Mastermind, do I want to counter it? If they have Fairy Mastermind and Kaito, I think good beats. But they didn't map up, so I think they do probably have a Fairy Mastermind. But yeah, if they have Fairy Mastermind into Kaito... Shit, what was I gonna do? Okay, Blood Pit Strano is fine. I mean, it might still be a very early Kaito, which is a problem. But it was uncounterable anyway. There's the Kaito. So I needed that Bitter Reunion in hand. Because I have to beeline towards my dragon.
My eyes are as
or
sharp as my
draw
sword.
a Fires of Victory. Okay. Demo field not good here. I'm going to tap both of my blue. Looking for Fires of Victory. Okay, what do I want to do here? Am I just supposed to take the land? Chandra in the graveyard. Let's put the Season in the graveyard. Chandra back in the deck because we have one in hand. Yeah, this is not good at all. Turn 3 Kaito is just really, really hard to beat. But I think that goes for basically any deck in the format.
Never underestimate my skills.
No Curiosity. Five mana does do something, but 6 mana next turn seems a little bit better. Cavern of Souls. Oh, it's annoyingly useful. Still going to bin it. So best case scenario, they go for Curiosity here. We counter it. And then we play Chandra. And then destroy both of their creatures. That is not how it has panned out.
Information is its own weapon.
So we are in trouble. Let's draw 2 and discard a card. Discard the Flame Shaper. And I think I've got to do this. Put the Bitter Reunion in the bin, and I'm just hoping to play a dragon and hit the Chandra. Guess I should put a land down, play around Spell Stutter. Get out. Okay, and then we just lose. Yup. Very, very sad. But there was no playing around the counter spell there. So, uphill battle now. Gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I think the Abrade is meant to come in. Tidebinder's meant to come in. So, one Season, one Flame Shaper can go. Unsummons can go. Can keep Bitter Reunion on the play. I really think you've got to cut a Tunnel Grinder. I think Elder Dragon War goes, and then one more cut. Probably Ill-Timed Explosion. Sorcery speed removals around turn 4 are just, you can't do it against Dimir. You have to hold up interaction for their 4+ mana plays. So let's try this. And becoming an expert in this matchup very, very slowly. So it seems like they don't really know, based on how long it's taking them to sideboard, they don't really know what our deck does, which we can use to our advantage somewhat. Otherwise, they would just slap Graveyard Hate in, take out some of their removal spells and call it a day. So we need to be cautious of Get Out. Get Out for 2 blue mana. However, if they're playing that, they're playing less Spell Stutters, and it doesn't hit our Planeswalkers or our Season of Weaving. So I'm going to feel slightly more confident casting those. And I'm going to, like, yeah, I'm gonna search for Cavern of Souls if we can find it. Okay. Does our hand answer a turn 3 Kaito? No. No, it does not. But we will try anyway. Okay, they might be mulliganing for Graveyard Hate, which I would love to see. I'd love to see them mulligan for their Graveyard Hate and then not have a good enough, like not have a very good hand. Restless Reef is a problem. We do have the demo field in hand. It's a lot of land. A lot of land. So we'll hold Moment of Truth. Okay, no Fairy Mastermind. Cavern of Souls. I do want that. Kind of want the Moment of Truth too. You graveyard, you back in the library. Because now we can double spell at least, which is, you know, not nothing. Entity tracker. That's interesting. And not what I expected. But they must be playing the Demons version of the deck. Oh, Hopeless Nightmare. Interesting. I'm confused. I am confused. I'm going to discard this mountain. I'll take my 2 life. Six cards down there. You in hand, you in the graveyard, you back in the deck. So I guess we'll just put the demolition field down and pass. Next turn we have cheap Hellraiser. Maybe hitting Chandra would be nice, but there's a lot of lands down there, so somewhat likely to miss. Do I care about this? Am I just going to let it hit me? Didn't flash in a Curiosity. 2 Restless Reefs is annoying. I think I'm going to sacrifice one of these. Because I want to dragon plus hold up all of these spells next turn. We can go island. Okay, let's go for our first dragon. There's the first get out. But if they're doing that and they're not doing anything else, I kind of think it's fine. They're not the Dimir I expected. What the hell is going on? I'm going to take another 2. This thing is not doing much, and I'm very confused. But let's do it again. I mean, Get Out doesn't hit this. Laying it into a reef is pretty bad. Let's wait for them to commit some mana. Another entity tracker. And a hopeless nightmare. So we could avoid discarding a card. I have no idea what they're doing. Let's turn off one of the entity trackers. I'd rather discard a card than them draw a card. But what is this? I'm so confused. So I'll discard the Lithomantic Barrage. And there's a Storm Chaser's talent. Utterly baffled. Baffled by this. So let's hit this one. They're going to counter this. Okay, there's the negate. So that's one negate and one get out. They are like full on Dimir control now. And I am full on confused. Don't know what this is. I don't know what they're doing. Frightening me. I guess we'll go for the Chandra. Another negate in hand. Like, it was 50-50 whether they had get out or negate. And, well, we got it wrong. Hopeless Nightmare getting the last dragon in hand. I've been absolutely blindsided by this. This is not the Dimir deck that I thought I was playing against. Yeah, okay, that's lethal. What the hell? Okay, that was shocking. And I'm bewildered and confused. I think they got pretty lucky with their counter spells. Having get out at the right moment and 2 negates at the right moments. Very annoying. Okay, let's keep. Would love to resolve this tunnel grinder. annoyingly, I might need to keep this. No, bin the first. We'll find more. It would be a bad draw right now against both Demir. Okay, green-white. So this is probably Collector's Cage. And we have another Hellraiser in hand, so definitely the right choice. Barnetcorn. Let's just snap that off. Spire Bluff Canal. Well, we don't need the Cavern of Souls in this matchup. Discard these three. 3 Hellraisers in a row, by the way. 3 Hellraisers in a row. Sandstorm Salvager. So I would love to get a permanent into the graveyard. That will do. I'll take that. 6 cards down there. We have fires and a counter spell. Collector's Cage. Should I just counter that? It's a big part of their deck. Yeah, it's a pretty good engine. They can swing in for a bunch of damage. Okay, well, them having 1 is better than them having 2, for me. And if we can clear out their board, which we certainly can, so we're going to Moment of Truth main phase because we want to flip the Tunnel Grinder. So let's put... do they have manlands? Haven't seen any. I'm going to take the demo field anyway. You go in the graveyard. You can go back in the library. That's going to flip the Tunnel Grinder. And we can actually... we could do this. If we hit a Chandra, it's really good, so I'm going to do it. Torch is good too. Yeah, we're in a great spot. They don't have enough creatures, and they're not going to have a very easy time sticking creatures to the board. Don't care. We'll take the 4. Scroll shift. Okay. Yeah, so they re-roll with the Collector's Cage and they can put another counter on this. Make it a 5, but I still don't think we're very worried. So let's play the demo field and leave up blue and red. That was nice.
Tyrants like you is kind of my thing.
Oh, double Chandra. That's annoying.
Burn Phyrexia to ash.
Okay, they did not realize that it was the same Chandra twice. So Lithomantic Barrage is probably good for like Sky Knight Squires and stuff. All of this removal is good. Nothing else needs to come in. Actually, like a Braid might not be so good, but it's somewhat useful. What can come out? One Season can come out. One Flame Shaper can come out. I kind of like Flame Shaper though. It's really good against a wide board. So maybe one Hope's Beacon can come out. And then 3 cards to cut. I mean, it might be Tunnel Grinder can be shaved. Bitter Reunion can be shaved. And maybe 2 Bitter Reunion. No, surely it's 2 Tunnel Grinders then. I know that like Nithin does never cuts the Tunnel Grinders, but I just can't imagine that it's right to play Tunnel Grinder on turn 3 on the draw against what is effectively a creature-based aggro deck. Risky keep, but a keep. So Ill-Timed Explosion can clean up, but we do have to get there. Interestingly, I think I'm supposed to take up 4-patch recruit. No, let's bolt the bird, slow them down. See if that's correct. It might end up drawing them a ton of cards. But I can deal with them having cards. I can't deal with them having really fast mana. That was weird because that just lets me re-roll this thing. Well, I've got to do this. This has Ward 2. Got to find the land. No. I cannot do it. So I might just lose to land screw here. Yeah, it's looking like it. Well, it was a risky keep. This only adds green right now. If we draw an untapped source, we can get rid of the 4-patch recruit. Can't do it. So we just lose. Okay. Sure. I don't think there's any changes I want to make. I think having the instant speed interaction is nice, so I prefer Moment of Truth over Bitter Reunion. Although Bitter Reunion does let me hit for 3. If I pitch it to a Torch the Tower. Maybe I'll just shave a Moment of Truth instead. Maybe both Moment of Truth. And put in a Tunnel Grinder. We have so many removal spells and board wipes do just need to hit our lands. We're certainly hitting our lands. Keep that. It's so hard not to keep that. I am going to keep it. Gives me a nice curve. Unsummon's kind of nice too. Yeah, see, Unsummon is like super sweet in this particular spot where they're not doing anything. They might just rest in peace, but that would be bad for them, to be honest. Okay. Mirex. And a second Enduring Innocence. That is troublesome, to be honest. Okay, let's slow this down. Alright, guess I have to hit these things. Don't love that. But we just keep wiping the board. And then we play Hellraiser and we keep wiping the board again. Now every Mirex activation draws them 2 cards. So disgusting. Yeah, they are never going to run out of cards here. So, let's just keep them on the back foot, I guess. Keep wiping. And then pop off with a dragon for a win. This is going to be an endless onslaught of creatures. What we could do is season and bounce the Enduring Innocence. That would be pretty nice. Chandra. I mean, I'm not very afraid. I guess they can start making Mirex tokens now. That's a bit of a problem. I need to find a demo field for that. Yeah. That is rather urgent. They're sandbagging. Oh, hey Sam. No worries for being late. Playing Selesnya Cage right now, and they've got us in a really tough spot. don't know how well they're going to be able to keep up the aggression. But, yeah, they're going to get to Collector's Cage here. So what I need is... I need Season of Weaving and to do just bounce everything. They might mill themselves out. So Chandra, I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of toughness. Chandra can just wipe the board. But it draws them so many cards, but then, like, do I care? Okay.
Freedom will blaze through the multiverse.
So we need to deal +2 damage to everything that we really want to die. So this, and this. And then I think we have to deal 3 here, 3 here. Hold on, let's get this right. So 3 here, 3 here, 2 here. My hope is they are distracted by the Chandra. So they hit Collector's Cage with Collector's Cage. Not getting this, huh?
Tell your friends you lost to the
Very
Chandra
nice.
Noir.
Very nice. Bitter reunion. No good. It's not enough, is it? Yeah, I need season. Yeah, I think the only way we win this is if we somehow manage to combo off before they can kill us, which is going to be quite a task. Especially with Rest in Peace. But yeah, like this game, they've just drawn so many cards. Yeah, I can't wipe this board. Oh, my voice is quieter than the game music? Oh, I guess it is.
Oh, you must be fireproof or something.
Is that better? That should be better. Yeah, I have no way out of this. So that is a matchup that I rarely lose. Let me turn down the music a touch. In fact, I'll set it to what it's usually at. I don't really know why I turned it up. I think it's usually like 20%. I think that's probably too quiet. Let's put it at 25, see how that sounds. Oh, do you know what? I'm thinking, do I want to add in that second lithomantic barrage? A braid has never come up for me. Lithomantic feels like it might be better. Blech, okay, keep. Opponent aggressively mulliganing. I think they're down to 5. Yeah, 5 cards in hand. Keep a tunnel grinder on top. Okay, is this Demir? Well, there's no Fairy Mastermind. It's probably mono black. We should be careful of hand hate. But that's kind of it. That's what we're worried about. We'll put you in the graveyard, you back in the library. Okay, let's get demo field down. What do they have that's holding priority? What? Oh, they missed a land drop. That's unfortunate. Let's lead on Thundering Falls. Land in bin. Tunnel grinder. Keep this one. Wheel the hand again. I don't really know how we lose the game from this position, I'll be honest. Unstoppable Slasher. Okay. I mean, we could Dragon. Doesn't actually seem that good. Doesn't seem that good yet. I could just Demolition Field here. No, let's do Fabled Passage, flip the Tunnel Grinder. Let's play the Roaring Furnace, hold up Demo Field. Bloodletter of Aquazots. Okay. So I do want to clean this all up. I'm going to take out the Soulstone Sanctuary now. Now we could just Dragon and hope we hit something that answers this, because I do need, like, Bloodletter of Aclazots has to go. The safe play is Elder Dragon War plus Torch the Tower. Yeah, let's go with the safe play. Fires. Let's deal the 4 there. I guess we don't need to... We could just discard and draw now. We don't need to deal the damage. We can discard all of this. And I can bargain this. Sack this. Season of Weaving. Let's keep that on top. Amy Island. So they must have just top decked that Duress because they didn't play it for the first, like, the early turns, but unfortunately it's not going to do a whole lot here.
When I win, I'm tired of your secrets.
So we're going to make a 4/4. Let's do this. Yes, Bitter Reunion is really nice here because it puts the season in the graveyard before our dragon actually enters. What's Liliana on for? Do I want to just Moment of Truth? Yeah, okay. They scoop it up. Okay, Mono Black Hand Hate is actually pretty brutal. But we need to answer the Bloodletter of Aclazots. That's like the important thing, right? And actually Scorching Dragonfire is nice. Mono Black Hand Hate. I'm really not all that afraid. Is Tidebinder good? Probably. Can hit a Bloodletter. Okay, so we'll bring those 2 cards in. What's bad against Hand Hate? Well, the expensive cards, but we don't care if they get discarded. It's kind of the beauty of this deck. It might be the Unsummon. Actually, I want to keep the Unsummon and the Torch to the Towers in. Maybe 3 steps ahead just gets cut. And ill-timed explosion. Do you know what? It's probably Elder Dragon War. Because dealing 2 doesn't seem very good into slashers and bloodletters. I would rather have a spell that actually kills them. 1 land, that's mulligan. 2 demolition fields, that is a mulligan. This is a key. They're going to tear apart our hand. So maybe we just keep the lands. Do something like that. I don't think we're going to get to cast ill-timed explosion. I think they're going to make us discard the Chandra. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, okay. Leyline. Hellraiser? I think it's going to go. With Leyline of the Void down, I think I am actually just going to bin these Hellraisers, because they're just not very good. Yeah, they haven't had Slasher. Let's find an answer to a Bloodletter. Ill-timed explosion is an answer. Unholy Annex. Okay, that is fine. We can Demolition Field, just draw 2 cards. And we can bounce everything, including their ley line. So that's nice. Archfiend of the Dross. I mean, we can kill that with an ill-timed explosion. Is it worth it? I think it is. We hit a Cavern of Souls and a Thundering Falls. So I'm going to keep the Cavern of Souls, discard this and this. Keep the Unsummon for when they make us make another demon. But this is fine. I think resolving these big spells is going to be pretty tough for them to beat. If they just open this room here, then we unsummon it. That's that is all kind of fine stuff. I mean, we don't really have much to do here, though. Can I... Do I have to unsummon this and wait a turn? There was no reason to not do that at instant speed, but let's get them to commit to the board a bit and then bounce everything. Okay, that's fine. They would need to have a lot of hand hate for this to be problematic. If they have something to now get the Torch and the Chandra, then I'm in trouble. Bloodletter. Well, we'll just get our Season of Weaving back. They get their drain, and I'll just bounce everything. Draw a couple cards. And we're really taxing their mana. Like, yeah, they're spending the turn playing the ley line. Torch, is that good enough? We could Chandra and land and a Moment of Truth. That digs pretty deep.
Well, someone had to save the day. Here, have a gift.
Season of Weaving secured. Yeah, so Torch can deal 6 damage to something. I will deal 6 to this demon. Shit, that doesn't work. Oh, it does. It does. It is fine. Actually, do I want Moment of Truth? No, I don't. I should. Wasn't paying attention. Cool. Hellraisers are nice. So again, we can bounce everything. We actually get double. I would love to not bounce everything. Am I just supposed to deploy Hellraisers here? That doesn't seem right. I want to bounce everything, yeah. So let's see, what can I do with 4 mana? I'm going to pay 6, just dome them for 6. Bounce everything. Let's tap all of this down. Copy with Chandra.
Let's give it our all.
Now, Bitter Reunion would kind of be GG. We have 1, 2, 3 in the bin. Let's end the turn. Hi, Ryan. Oh, you want to play fetch? I'm on stream right now, but we can play after. Are they going to go for the ley line again? They don't really have time. So let's Moment of Truth. See what we can put in the graveyard. He does want to play fetch, yeah, bless him. Which of these is most useful? I guess you're most useful in hand against mono black. You can go in the graveyard. So, Orion, you can't just bite me like that. 4, 8, 9 mana. They have 2 black. I just don't have a way to give these dragons haste, that's the problem. But we can get so many of them out. Let's just do it. Actually, let's bounce again with the ley line. Sorry, with the season. We bounce, we make a copy. They go for the throat. We will unsummon. Everything gets bounced. And we are, actually we could tunnel grinder here. Because we can actually fill the graveyard right now. And they play their ley line of the void. So once again, we can just bounce everything. We just keep doing this. Actually, let's cast a Scorching Dragonfire, because we might hit it. Oh no, it gets exiled. Okay, fine. Chandra is acceptable. Wish I had the Scorching Dragonfire. Orion, can you not?
Fire doesn't need a plan. Let's go.
Did a permanent leave the battlefield this turn? I'm unsure, but let's do this just in case. So we still have a Season of Weaving down there. So we can just bounce everything again. But they do only have yeah, Season of Weaving is guaranteed. Just can't give these dragons haste, that's the problem. But I can make 5 dragons. I still think it's like this. Yeah, let's dome them.
You're toast.
17 cards left.
They won't know what hit them.
Keep this one. If I can find Bitter Reunion, then we have this. Didn't find it. But that is fine. Tidebinder's nice. And we have another Season of Weaving. So they are going to go up to 14. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we had them because we have the Tidebinder in hand. They didn't necessarily know that, but cool. Clean win. Yeah, Mono Black and the like Golgari deck are fairly easy matchups. It's just aggressive hand hate that's really problematic. But against like the demons, our deck is really good. So I was feeling pretty confident there, and it paid off. It paid off, gang. Okay, so how have we done today? How have we done today? Let me check. Like, what did we actually do? We've been live for just over a couple of hours. We won against that mono black deck. We lost twice in a row. Once against Collector's Cage. Don't think we lose that very often. Once against Dimir. Dimir is really hard to beat, I find. We won a couple of games. One against Dimir, one against Mono Green. And then we did lose against Esper Pixie. And that was a punt. I had the sequence to survive and I threw it away. So, we've gone 3-3. 50% win rate today. With one known punt and one unfortunate matchup where, like, I do think the Collector's Cage deck we are really good against because we have so many board wipes in the main board. So could have been better, could have been worse. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good with Izzet Hellraiser. I feel like the coaching session that I had with Nithin Sam really helped. So we went 50-50 today. In the last here, let me see. In the last 5 days, which is post session with Nithin, I'm at about a 60% win rate, which is massively improved. So that's over a ton of games. But we had like a 40% win rate. Now, you know, can I like see? I don't really know how to see what I'm looking for in Untapped, but we've dragged our win rate from like 40% up to just about 50%. So we're 39 and 42 with this deck. And for the last post-coaching session, win rate's been around 60%. And I definitely still am doing things and then realizing that I've made mistakes. So play has massively improved. Like, that's actually a massive improvement in a small amount of time. And we are going to be live again with Nithin for... Did Ori open that door? Orion. Oh, he wanted attention and I was ignoring him. And he was a little bit bad. So, next Tuesday we're going to be back on stream with Nithin for another coaching session. I'm going to try to focus on the Demir matchup if we can find it, because I have finally started winning some games against Demir, but it is never easy. It never ever feels easy, and I still lose most of the time. I am 8 and 18 against Demir. That's a 31% win rate, and that is improving. Yeah, so next Tuesday we're going to do another coaching session. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be sweet. So make sure that you're here to tune into that one. That's going to be, 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and that's going to be sick. We are going to be live again on Sunday for some more Magic, because as I was saying at the top of the stream, actually, I want to be over here. We are undergoing Operation Double Mythic. How long will it take me to hit Double Mythic? In this last 2-hour play session, we have gone from Platinum Tier 4 to 2 points into Platinum Tier 4, which is obviously not fantastic. And at this rate, we'll be here a long ass time. Long ass time. But we're going to give it a go. I'm going to focus on Constructed for now. Focus on laddering up in Constructed. And then we are going to play Limited as well. But we're going to see how long it takes to hit Double Mythic. We're calling it Operation Double Mythic. We're going to make it happen. It's gonna take time. But I think we'll get there. I believe in myself. I know you probably don't believe, Sam, but I've just got to play enough. I've got to practice a bit with this deck. Season has just started, so I don't know if I will make it this season, but the seasons are monthly, so it's just reset at the start of the year, and it's until the end of the month. I don't know if we can hit Double Mythic this season. I think we can hit Double Diamond this season. I think that's realistic. And then get kicked back down to Platinum. And then try and hit Double Mythic in Feb. It might be a better plan to just hit Mythic with Constructed and then switch to Limited. And see how far we can get. That might be a better plan. So maybe we'll do that. We'll just like really zone in on the constructed play until we hit Mythic. And then switch over to Limited. I think Innistrad is coming out on the 25th of January. And that is not a standard set. That's not impacting standard. But I believe it is going to be a draftable set. So perhaps when, like, we'll make it our goal to play as much constructed as possible until the 25th. And then switch into a new Limited format with Innistrad Remastered. And spend the last 5-6 days of the month. Well, I was about to say, spend the last 5-6 days of the month power laddering in Limited and Innistrad Remastered. However, I believe I'm going to Madrid at the end of January. I can't remember when my flight is. I think it is on the 25th. No, 27th, I think I'm flying out. So I'll have one stream to play Limited, and then I'm going to have to fly. In fact, I'm probably flying out on that Sunday, because I need to be there on the Monday. So we're not really going to get to do that. However, I am planning to stream at least one day while I'm in Madrid, while I'm out and about and exploring, finding cool food, finding cool places. I'm looking at getting some like microphone and like the gear that I need to do a really basic IRL travel stream. So I would like to do that for Madrid and spend just a few hours doing an IRL stream while I'm there. So you have that to look forward to as well. I'm super excited to do those because I do go to a lot of places, and having to stream it does mean that I will be more inclined to actually go out and explore these places rather than just being absolutely fried from work and then sitting in my hotel room and ordering a takeaway, which is what I usually do. Anyway, that is it from me. So I'm going to wrap up the stream, but I hope you've had a good time. We played some more Izzet Hellraiser, and I'm improving. I am improving with the deck. It is getting easier, but there is still so much to learn. We're going to be live again on Sunday. Usual time, 10 a.m. Might come online a little bit earlier, but Sunday 10 a.m. and we're going to be hitting the ladder with more Izzet Hellraiser, and let's see if we can rack up a sweet 52% win rate and hit Mythic in the next 3 years or something. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream, but thank you very much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.